are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Alright. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Sunday, and it's fun day here at Goof On. It is November 13th, 2022. 2022. I'm out of breath because I couldn't find my phone or my vape, and I couldn't remember where I put it. And then I remembered at the last second, so I had to run all the way, and I found it. And here we are. That's how it went. Glad you're here. What is this? Jammer Travels throwing down a super chat right at the beginning of the show? Good evening, Earthlings and all aliens, he says. God bless you all. Gush all over the Earthlings and aliens. It's the first one of the night, too. I appreciate that. Thank you again, Jammer Travels, for the $5 kicking off the show's super chat. That good. Alien bless you all. Good. Again, all of those are recorded 24 hours before because, you know, it's all fake. Thanks, man. Mucho gusto generoso, a continuing supporter of Goof On. We will be talking about... You see it? All right. Because it might be. I doubt it. I don't think it is. But when you see this video I'm going to play for you, which is this still of a balloon going right by an airplane wing. See the airplane wing at the bottom there? Yeah. So We're going to talk about and we'll also talk about the government a little bit. I got a lot other things to talk. I got a lot of things to talk. Oh, I didn't turn on the and 3, 2. See, it makes the wrinkles show up more when I can't smile anymore. Oh no, I'm flying away. Roll call, everybody. Tim Freestone, what do you say? How do you be? Welcome to the show. FAP. I do not. I don't think so. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Diane Boss, welcome to the Sunday show. Moonlick, welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show. David Wilcox, welcome to the show. Carl Ann, welcome to the show. Ozzy Tiger, welcome to the show. Did I say hello to Diane already? If I didn't, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Woods Elf, welcome to the show, Woods Elf. Nice to see you. True Cyborg as well, welcome to the show. Jammer Travels, welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Montu. I've been doing that for 3 years, man. Welcome to the show. Again, Den Bub throwing around 2 years' time here. Welcome to the show. Eyes Wide Open. Welcome to the show. Are they? Sometimes your eyes could be open so wide, too much shit goes through. No, that's not you. All right. What does it mean? My eyes were too open, which means your eyes were so open that you believe things that aren't believable. I'm not saying that's you, Eyes Wide Open. I'm just using your... Welcome to the show. I lost another one. Went to the dark side. See, that's all it took. That's all I had to say. People leave so quickly nowadays. Troubles blading. Blading. All right, I like your style there. Violent. Welcome to the show. Hey, Dorothy Hawkins. Welcome to the show. Billy Nice, FAP, Woods Elf, True Cyborg, Sky Allen, Zach Diecast Monster, Jose Sanchez. Don Mofo. Welcome to the show. Dorothy, welcome to the show. Sam Ogafonian Rockstar. Welcome to the show. Who's at the front door? We got Moody Mongol, who's already here. Welcome to the show. Front door. Brian's here now. There he is. John Kindon. All right. Jose Sanchez. All right. Now we're starting. Claude Aviles, Steve White, Monkey Man, used to be the secret password. Now what is it? Cosmic Dave, welcome to the show. Tony McClear, and everybody else. If I didn't say hi, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Billy Nice. It means I just don't have, the whole show to do that. We'll run out of people. Pragmatic. What is it? Pragmagic? Man, that was tough. Shirtless Wonder, Bob Perkins, making an appearance. Heather Betty, hello. Welcome. Moondust as well, Dave Bailey. You know what's weird? I'm going to tell you something that's really bizarre. You may think, I want to know if anybody else ever experienced this, especially guys. Now, I don't drink. I hate the taste of alcohol. The last time I drank, I was 21 years old. It was on my birthday. I tried to get drunk, and I couldn't. I remember I had 6 shots of Sex on the Beach and 2 beers and a Long Island iced tea, and I still didn't get a buzz. Why? What was wrong with me that night? All I know is I hate the taste of alcohol, always have. And I just had a little bit of a indigestion, and it tasted like beer when it came back. That's happened a lot lately. I hate beer. I detest beer. I think it's disgusting, but I know the taste of it. I haven't had it 21 years, or since I was 21. 31, 41, 50, wow, 33 years. I just don't like it. I never liked drinking. And I think maybe because I've been a diabetic my whole life, didn't know it. I would get migraine headaches after drinking wine. If I had wine, forget about it. My family drank a lot of wine. So, you know, I'd take some here and there while we were drinking, you know, on the holidays and whatnot when I was younger. And I'd get the worst headaches. Maybe because it's all sugar, I don't know. But anyway, I just burped up beer taste and I don't drink. It's weird. Had that a few times. Yeah. I don't understand it. Yeah, it could be maybe I have a yeast infection of the mouth or something. Huh. I need to talk to somebody first. Now this show's taking a turn for the worst. So, we're just going to start tonight's show. No wedding palettes. No short videos to get the show going. We're just going to get right into it. Because I don't know how long I can go tonight. Because of this yeast infection in my mouth. So as you can see, what's that? Hold on. Hey, you know, the other night, Lantonio was here, and he donated quite a bit. And I don't know if I said something that offended him, but he wanted me to check. I don't know if anybody's seen him. I've been texting him since the show. He hasn't gotten back to me. And he was putting up $2 chats to tell me to check my PayPal. I'll be surprised. I said, okay, I got it. And then he sent another one. I said, yeah, I'm going to check it in a minute. I always check it. And then he was gone. Like, I think he took that the wrong way. And then it was $50 he sent me. And I'm like, God, I hope he didn't take that the wrong way. I was just feeling bad that you had to get my attention by sending me money, you know, and I felt bad because he had already sent me $100. And it's like, what, you know, don't throw out $2 just to get my attention. You know, I felt bad. He's already given me enough, you know, it's like, and I hope he didn't take it the wrong way. I've texted him. I blew up his text, you know, trying to get his attention. And I'm not sure where he is, but I hope he's okay. And if anybody heard from him, let me know, because I'm not sure if he went into surgery or something that next day, which made me think why he was so generous. But maybe Woods Elf. I don't even want to say it. No. Anyway, if anybody hears from Lantonio or Shane, let me know. I'm just a little worried. But I don't like drinking milk. I have milk, but I won't drink. I know it doesn't help with the beer thing. I mean, I don't know. Nothing helps. Indigestion. All right, let's get started. Yeah. I'm really sad. I don't know where Lantonio is. That bothers me. Okay. So, and of course, you know, you can help support the show. We're supported by you guys here at Goof On. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. All right. Now, behind me, you see this comparison thing, sort of. You know, it shows the gimbal that looked. I'll show you the video. We're going to go look at the video right now. We'll just get this started. It was from Third Phase of Moon, but there's a couple of things I want to go over in this video that are actually really weird. Really not bad. Pretty good UFO sightings, to be honest. You know, really weird stuff. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3. I see it, Bernie. 2. We'll get to it in a second. 1. Here we go. It's a video of a plane. Probably a 1 or 2 prop plane. Going a couple 300 miles an hour. Who knows?
Is this the infamous gimbal? The UAP is the
crazy?
military DoD Navy call them? I think we may have solved the mystery.
I want to say something real quick. What if, now hear me out. Hear me out. What if that's what UFOs look like? What if that's what they look like? We don't understand the colors, maybe. We don't understand it. Maybe UFOs can look like that. Let's not dismiss every balloon as a balloon. Now we can't. We can't do it anymore. Yeah, we can. Of course we're going to do it, but we can't. So this is very fun. This field we're in. This is amazing. If that's a balloon. It probably is. I'll give it a 98% chance that is a balloon and not a colorful UFO.
In regards to their gimbal, and as we look at
look
it
at
very
that.
close, this balloon comes in very close proximity to the airplane itself, almost a
Jesus.
collision, a near miss. But it's interesting how people could easily mistake these craft at this altitude as some kind of UFO, as these pilots are claiming they've had encounters with. But in this case, we've found the smoking gun, in my opinion, of what the gimbal possibly is. As they say, clutter, airborne trash. Well, that's the statements coming out of the DOD. Do we believe them? Well, in this case, these leaked Navy photos that's been out for 5 years has left us nowhere in the field of ufology. The people, the public is where the information's at, and now we get a good, clear look at airborne trash.
Part-time Pete. He's asking a very good question. I'm a little bit blurry here for some reason. That hasn't happened. Oh, it's because of the smoke. There we go. He says or suggests and theorizes the colors may correspond to what flavor or what atmosphere they can work in, which shows the colors in our spectrum. So hydrogen, oxygen, those would be like the oranges and darker colors maybe, and the blues and the yellows could be the other stuff, right? Hydrogen, oxygen, and what's the other one? Cyanide? So maybe, why not? Why not, Part-Time Pete? Hey, we don't know. That's the beauty of it all. And we've always heard that if we ever saw what the aliens actually looked like, it would frighten us. Yeah, I believe it. Or it would fascinate us so much and we wouldn't be able to comprehend what we're looking at. I don't understand that kind of thought process. Like, I think if I saw something shifty and shaping and doing something, you can see through it, I'd be like, oh, all right, it looks like that. I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, it's a blob. Oh no. Yeah, I just think, oh, I see this and that. I don't understand it. Maybe they don't understand me. Why is it they can look at me moving around and I don't see them? I just see an outline. We just don't know because nobody's ever talked to an alien publicly. Monkey Man. Oh, it is. Good call, bro. I didn't think of that. It's got to be Jeremy Corbell and his ship. I don't doubt that for 1 minute. That's what Jeremy Corbell's all about. He's the magic man. Right? He says something that's not even in the video has happened. There's a swarm of them making maneuvers that would crush a man, and then you see this little deet, deet, deet going across the screen. Wow, what a fantastic, woo, those turns, crushed it, Yeah, it's true. That's Jeremy, Monkey Man. Thank you very much. Hey, I think that's your first super chat over to Goof On as well. Thank you, Monkey Man, for the $10 Jeremy Corbell and his ship comment. Emoji wink sticking out tongue thing. Thanks, Monkey Man. Appreciate it. Right? Let's continue.
In close proximity to an airplane.
Oh,
Brent,
Bernie!
Is this the infamous gimbal that we've seen in the DoD tapes?
Leave it up there.
Yeah, Blake, this was a good one right here. If you take a pause frame of this object at a distance, it basically resembles the gimbal itself, and then it just comes in instantaneously right up to the plane. The plane's moving probably about 300 to 400 miles an hour, and then this thing just zooms right by it. It could create the parallax of it looking like this thing's moving at incredible amounts of speed, where rather the plane is moving fast and this object, this balloon, is just basically remaining steady in the sky.
Look at that. From the distance, it looks like the gimbal.
If this thing actually hit the plane, it could cause some damage. Maybe
it looks like the
gimbal. Catastrophic event in the sky. But again,
it looks like the gimbal.
Look at this. These are
from a distance
trash flying in the sky.
The gimbal.
And people are saying they're UFOs.
It does. Looks just like.
It's interesting. Some people might
see, and wouldn't it make sense if this thing was being I know the gimbal isn't a balloon. I get it, but I'm saying it's so similar. It even looks like bokeh. It even looks like boku. It looks like bokeh. Bernie Muro with a $5 super dono, throwing down the coin all the way from beep say. Thanks, Bernie. You're a continuing supporter of Goof On. That's a super dono, folks. There's no emoji sticker. There's no comment. It's a donation with nothing. No. Thanks, Bernie. Continuing supporter of Goof On. Sorry I skipped over you. I didn't mean to. Thank Coral. Thank you, Coral. I almost bit my tongue off. What a night. Reminds me of the movie Airplane. I still got that drinking problem. And then he goes, takes a drink. Stupid. I want to look at another thing over here on this video. Let's have a little bit of fun tonight, right? I like this one. I want to do this one. I know, because it's a weather anomaly. And this might be nothing or something. But watch this. Oh my God. Scary music time, everybody. Look at the cars. Everybody's on the ground. Looking around. Holy crap, it's getting cloudy. Here it comes. That goes.
Right,
there it goes.
Watch this once again, and as we pause around the 29-second mark, we can see something appear behind the clouds, which isn't supposed to be there. David Andres from Facebook submitted this to us.
That's cool.
And he saw this and wanted everybody right here at Third Phase Moon to give us their opinions of what was captured at the summit of Mauna Kea, right here on the Big Island of Hawaii. As we're adding some brightness contrast and looking at these still sequence of photos, we notice some kind of black rectangular object come into frame.
That's sharp.
Moving from left to right, whatever this is, it's quite astonishing, and it is much bigger than the observatory. It's got to be clouds, itself.
Though, right?
Brent, I want to get your thoughts here.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting stuff. This is coming in from
this
Canada,
is the whole.
Hawaii,
this is the original
France,
video
from their
too.
Telescope up on the Mauna Kea. It's up at 14,000 feet.
Wow.
Whatever we're looking at, this dark triangular object is not a mountainside or the seascape itself. This is high above the clouds, pretty much parallel with the observatory itself. Could this just be an anomaly? Something captured in the lens, an artifact itself, or is this something hovering in the sky? Again, we don't know what it is, but it is on our island, and we might be able to do a little investigation and go to Canada, France, at the observatory itself and ask some questions.
Absolutely, Brent. Hopefully they give us some questions. Sometimes these observatories, Canada, Keck, they kind of remain silent on some of the information that they record on their cameras. And some people might think it's like that movie Nope, where these UFOs are hiding in the clouds, obscure from vision. But in this, again, time-lapse video, if you blinked, you would have missed it. But eagle-eyed people have their eyes peeled for
So that's time lapse right there, right? So yeah, it's pretty wild, man. That is, see, because when you look at it in regular motion, it just looks like a cloud going by.
The phenomenon.
Right?
And
It really does. It just looks like a cloud. You can't see the definition of it until you pause it right at the right place. I think I got this going here just so we could talk about it. But people have seen this, and that's why it was used in the movie Nope, that the clouds play a role, even play a major role as hiding a place to overlook everything without being noticed. UFOs have been seen in clouds forever. It happens all the time. Proving it is the hard part. Did you see how fast it went by? You can't even see it. Watch. You can't see it at all. Here it comes. There it goes. it's just the way they have the time lapse. And there it goes. It does look like something, and it is above the background. You know, it was above the ocean. It looks like it was above the land. I don't know. It's pretty wild. What do you guys think in the chat room? Resembles the vehicles out front. Yeah, right? Huh? I'm comparing a visual image to an infrared FLIR. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know. Part-time Pete's going back to where I was talking about the gimbal being I said, could it? You gotta listen to what we say. I'm not getting on you for anything. I'm just saying, if you listen to what I said, I never said it is the gimbal. Neither did Third Phase of Moon. Nobody did. But right there, that shape looks like the gimbal. That's all we're saying. And from a distance, these things could be mistaken for objects. And I clearly stated twice that, and I got close to the microphone and I said, I know the gimbal is not a balloon. And I know I'm comparing regular HD footage to FLIR footage, but let me ask you this. What else am I going to compare it to? That's all they gave us, right? So it's just a thought-provoking video. It makes you think. Garbage, drones, papers, trash. It's a good example of it right there. That's all. That's all we're saying. And if you were to think a little bit further into that, if that balloon was picked up on FLIR, would it look like the gimbal? Depending on how hot it is, depending on how cold it is, depending on the weather, how far away, so many things come into play. But a balloon can be mistaken for it, even if you're just out there flying your airplane and you see that like this in the distance, the first thing you might think of is the gimbal video. See? There's lots of ways to think about that other than saying you're comparing apples to oranges. I'm comparing a red apple to a green apple. Because we don't know what the gimbal is. Nobody knows if that's a machine. Nobody knows. Because they're not telling us. They just said it's probably a drone just recently, but before that, it was this magically propelled craft that was able to tilt sideways. Kind of like a balloon or a blimp even? Maybe. But I know this. The government is not giving us aliens or UFO, real UFO footage. They're never going to give it to us. And when we learn to accept that, then you learn to accept the truth, which should follow right after, is that anybody in the government is lying to you. And I see a lot of tweets out there talking about this, about where's this UFO report, you know? Why isn't it out here? What's the holdup? Who's blocking them from releasing it? Well, nobody. They had a big time election going on around this time, so they didn't give a shit. And it was okay for them to break the law and not give us that report. And we may never get it. How does that grab you? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it if it doesn't come out this week? Nothing. The same thing you did 5 years ago. But I could tell you this, if it has to do with the government, you can't trust it. End of story. End of story. So comparing apples to oranges is all they're giving me to compare it with? Not my fault. But I'm trying to look for answers. And third phase of moon, you know, I think somebody, I don't know how they found that video. I don't know if somebody found it, gave it to him, whatever. But you guys can go look at it for yourself. It's public information. And I got to tell you, UFOs are real. But whatever the government's telling us isn't. Anything they say, it's the opposite. And when they're trying to get something for themselves, like the room inside the Pentagon, the new office, Arrow, AOIMSG, which it used to be, now Arrow, it's going to be something else with underwater sea serpents or something stupid, 6-letter acronym with a hyphen, I believe. Anyway, just to confuse us more, if it was so important and you thought the government was on your side and they're like, oh, they really care, they really don't. If they did, we'd have disclosure by now. And if we couldn't have disclosure, we would see some of the technology. We do not see any of the technology. I don't care. You want to say lasers are no, they're not. They had laser beams before Roswell. It's a fact. They were already working on them, right? Ma? They were working on lasers before they came out. That's the truth. And the Kevlar vest, that was already being invented. Wasn't it Sylvia Kevlar who came up with that one? Sylvia Kevlar. Yeah, that's why they call it the Kevlar vest. They named it after her. I don't know, but the Kevlar vest, bulletproof stuff, was already being worked out. Well, if you listen to Philip Corso and you believe him, then, well, I can't help you. I can't. All right, well, we're going to watch a video. I was going to start the show off with this, but I don't remember seeing this. But I think this was from the other day. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right, let's continue with this. I stopped it. Bernie Muro. Hey. Bernie Muro throwing down another 5 spot. Bernie. She. Just another guy. So what's up, Bern? Huh? How you doing? Doing all right? All right. Bernie Muro, everybody, with a $5 super dono, a continuing supporter of Goof On more than once tonight. Mucho gusto, generoso. Oh, we got Thanksgiving coming up, right? 23rd or something like that. Oh, when is it coming up? So I hit the calendar and it doesn't come up. It's a Thursday, the 24th. 24th. Wow. 11 days till Thanksgiving. Did you hear they're not calling it Black Friday anymore? Yep. It's Color of Person Friday. What? Person of color. Person of color Friday. Person of color Friday. All right, here we go. Did I already bring this up? Is it on?
Go. It's almost as if
This is the Stan Romanek on the news. Yeah. Let's go back a decade and check out the buffoonery. I love this shit.
storm chasing.
Sorry, I
like
didn't mean to
UFOs
swear.
every couple weeks.
I'd reverse that. It's almost like they're chasing me.
But Stan says
Of course they are.
he witnessed even more paranormal phenomena. There was a UFO at his workplace.
Look at those tight white pants back then, right up his ass crack. Jiminy Glick. How does he
Orbs would
breathe?
follow him home at night, and ultimately, like a horror
And
movie
did you
come-
see that UFO? That is
horror movie come true.
a balloon with a blinker inside. They're really tiny. They're like 1.5 inches, and they're very light, and they flash, and you put them in balloons, and you launch them. And that's what that was. Yeah. He just didn't think other people knew it.
Follow him home at night, and ultimately,
bullshit.
like a horror movie come true, Stan claims they came knocking on his door and woke him up in the middle of the night.
Oh!
You thought it was kids
Yeah, I
wearing
thought it
masks.
was, well,
He was hoping it was kids. Dun-dun-dun. Sorry. Couldn't resist.
either kids or very small adults. They were almost a little bit too big to be kids.
They're little small adults. Kids wouldn't go near his house. They knew better. They could have been tiny adults. Not tiny humans. Isn't that interesting? Tiny adults. Because he was talking about children. Yeah, I got it. Of course he would. Stan Romanek. Ugh. I just get creep vibes just looking at this guy. Oh, God, he's the epitome of PEDO.
Maybe teenagers.
You thought it was robbery.
Yeah, they're playing a joke or they were here to rob us. As I got closer, I started
Yeah,
wondering
because you're so well-to-do.
if they were really masked, because I could see the veins in their head. I could see their facial movements. I could see their mouth move. I could see their eyes blink. And
So the aliens were doing this when they went by. That's what I saw. Their eyes move, their mouths go. I mean, come on, dude. Can't come up with a better lie than aliens. How crazy are we?
started to get frightened.
I started to
So what
get
happened?
frightened.
Unless you have this happen to you, it's kind of hard to explain, but suddenly a thought popped into my head.
I hope they are kids, he thought.
So you think they were communicating with you telepathically?
I can't explain it any other way. I know what I experienced.
I know what I experienced. I can't think of it any other way. You know when people open their eyes that big and they're trying to get you involved? That's another form of, you gotta believe me. Look, you got to. I can't look at them. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts my soul. Just dirt. Did you know? Never mind. One more clip.
Suddenly, Stan says his mind was filled telepathically with unexplained images.
All of a sudden, bam, 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 images, thoughts, images.
And what were the images?
I had images of this horrible catastrophe, winds so strong it's scouring the pavement off the earth.
Nothing unusual about that. Now, if the whole planet was being scoured and stripped from a storm, that's different.
Forests burning.
Tons of forest fires happen. As a matter of fact, after the filming of this, there was one of the largest forest fires in Arizona history. 500,000 acres were burned. And
Devastation to the planet.
So you were seeing scenes from an apocalypse.
From some kind of apocalyptic.
yeah, imagine that. Why do all liars and hoaxers have to say it's an apocalyptic ending? You know why, right? Because that is eventually going to happen. Eventually it will. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen 100 years from now, but there will be a catastrophic event that'll be happening on this planet, possibly even extinction level events, which we talk about randomly on the show periodically, on and off, every now and then.
Thing. And when it was over, I'm going, when's this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Is this really going to happen? Because I was.
Yeah, they just give you the information, right? They show you the death and destruction, but they don't tell you when. This is what's going to happen. When? Can't tell you that. Why? Why can't you tell me? Why?
Pretty much in tears by this point. I was so terrified.
You're
bullshit.
Convinced that the aliens were trying to send you a message.
That's what this is all about.
And yet, Stan, from somebody who's listening to your story, it sounds like just that. It sounds like something you made up.
If you're a skeptic like I was, and trust me, I was in the same boat you were, it's like, oh, you guys are crazy. But every time I think that, something else happens to prove that I'm not crazy.
Is Stan crazy?
Is he crazy? I don't believe he's crazy. He's
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. And Michael R. I don't know if I should say your whole name if you want that out there, but sent a Cash App. My favorite numbers, 1420-1420. Thank you very much. That's a big mucho gusto generoso Cash App, so, sir. Thanks, Michael. I don't know what you go by, but Mike, how you doing? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've seen you donate before. Appreciate it. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Yeah, that's right. Appreciate the love. That's right. That's how we get supported here. I can't believe I do this show every day. No, I don't know why. Nobody else does. You know, I was up at 7 a.m. and I went over to Alien Girl 111 because she has her show on Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. COVID. And it's not there because it was Saturday. I was kind of like jonesing for it, man. I know what you guys, you know what I mean? But I jones it too. I want to do it every day. I'm not when I'm tired, I take a day off. When I'm sick, I take a day off. That's how it works. We just keep running we just keep going until we can't. I don't want to miss anything. I think taking a day off for me would be, I'd feel guilty. Yeah, I do. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's my ego. My ego needs to be fed. That's what it is. It's all about eagle. Eagle. It's all about eagles. Bernie Muro throwing down another. Is that another one? Another $5. Bernie, that's a quadruple effect. Man, mucho gusto generoso, Bernie Muro-san. I appreciate that, man. Bernie, super dono. And I don't know much, but I know you love us. Thanks, Bernie. I had nothing recorded. I didn't know you were going to do more than one. I had nothing recorded for you. All right, let's keep the show moving. So, yeah, just a little Stan Romanek to get you guys pumped up. I don't know what that means. We talked about the George Knapp. Let us all go and gather around Tom from Moonlicht. That was a good one. Oh, this is nice. Dorothy Hawkins. A bunch of you sent me stuff, and I'm using now what you guys sent me through the last 24 hours or so. There's a thing called a resonant chamber. And this is from the Any Music 2 DVD set. That's what it's called. ANImusic.com. And this is a resonance chamber. I have seen this before. I saw this on, I think it was Antique Roadshow or something like that. Somebody brought one of these on the show. Got to check this out. It's pretty cool. Thanks, Dorothy. I just love cool stuff. And listen, I'll probably get a community thing or some sort of ding, but we're just listening. See, isn't that beautiful? I don't want to get in trouble for playing it, but that's it. No, here we go. Teasing. We'll go here. That is wicked cool. Oh my God. That's so cool. It's real, right? It's real, isn't it? Anyway, I wanted to show that to you. Thanks, Dorothy. I can't play it any more than that. I probably couldn't have played it that much already, but it's a very cool instrument. And I thought it was CGI. It's not CGI, it's real. No, it's not. It's real. All right, it's not. Look, it's a real thing. Dorothy wouldn't put this up there if it wasn't a real thing. Watch here. Let's see if it's CGI. I don't think this is CGI. It looks like it. I admit it. 100%. How do I open up the more? This is terrible the way YouTube made this now. It's so hard. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Thanks, StreamYard. Appreciate you. So nice to know that you can do these things. God, I hope they fix this. Yeah. Look, they put the show more button right here with everything else. Can you tell me? Why don't they make it green or something so you can see the show more button? Terrible. There's nothing here. Another amazing piece of incredibly beautiful and precise work from Annie Music. So I think it's fake. Animated music. It's fake. CGI. That's what it means. Animated music. Come on, guys. But thanks, Dorothy. I thought that was just cool to watch. It looks so real, doesn't it? It's pretty cool. It's the reality we're living in. I like this tweet from Chris Spitzer. Says, well, this is in response to Stephen Greenstreet posting this with Eric Davis. It says, Space Ghost and OSAP 2.0. In 2018, Eric Davis told George Knapster that he wanted Congress to revive OSAP and rehire him and the Bigelow Skinwalker crew to study how UFOs are not extraterrestrial, but instead part of a poltergeist phenomenon. Dun 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 dun. Phenomenon. Dun 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 dun. Phenomenon. Dun 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 dun. And then Chris Spitzer says, well, I talked iPrivate, okay, to quite a few people who had unexplainable sightings, and I am also one of them. Not once poltergeist-related phenomena were mentioned to me. Never heard any reliable investigators say that to me either, and I know quite a few. Well, Eric Davis shouldn't even be talking about anything. This guy's anybody who believes him is believing the government. Are you kidding me with this guy? Listen to this. Bullshit! What a lie! Oh, I switched off of it. How could he say that? What a dick! No. Poltergeist activity is always attached to UFO encounters? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What about the guy in Socorro, in New Mexico, the cop? He saw a UFO. He encountered it. They saw him. They took off. There was no poltergeist activity. And what about people who record them from a distance? That's an encounter. So is he only talking about like close-up encounters, like a Travis Walton type of thing? Is that it? Is that what he's talking about? Because to me, to say that's poltergeist activity is saying that, hold on a second. Let's look up poltergeist. I want to look it up and see what it means. All right, let's do that real quick, shall we? Before I say another word, I want to look up poltergeist. I know what it means. Poltergeist definition. Come on. A ghost. Oh, here, check it out. A ghost or other supernatural being supposedly responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises and objects thrown around. A ghost, that's not UFOs, or other supernatural being. So, are we talking about aliens being supernatural beings that are responsible for physical disturbances such as loud bangs and things being thrown around? Eric Davis is out of his gourd. This guy needs to come to a Goof on You class and understand ufology a little bit better. That's a shame. That's a shame. They're dismissing things because it doesn't meet that criteria. But don't you want to understand what it is anyway? I mean, what an idiot. You don't throw that shit out just because you think. You investigate everything to learn. Oh my God. I got a message here. Dorothy Hawkins. You remember? Okay, sorry, Rich. It's animation. Could have had a mechanical one similar in days long ago. Right. Right. Yeah, when I said I saw something like that brought on to the, what do you call it? The Antique Roadshow. It was something that was really old and there were no strings on it. But from what I remember, you cranked it up and it played this, and things moved and it played the instruments that it was connected to. And I think they were all string instruments too. Yeah, it was, I thought it was it. I thought that was like a remake of it. But man, it's amazing what's out there that we don't understand. And of course, my memory didn't bring me all the information I needed when I was talking about it a few minutes ago. But yeah, they did have weird stuff like that. And usually it was strictly inventors that made that stuff, not musicians that would make up stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's continue with Eric Davis because extraterrestrials from another planet, that is the only criteria for, how do you know if an object has an alien in it? Man, is he smart. I believe nothing from that guy's lips. Absolutely, especially this guy here, George Knapp. Nothing. Never. Eric Davis, I thought, has been a stain on ufology for a long time. Why? Because there's so much controversy with everything that guy brings to the table. I think he's like a Richard Doty type of guy. You know, lie for the greater good. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with it. Just, I'd rather them not speak. Man, man, man. Hold on a sec. What he said in the beginning, I just want to hear that one more time. The UFO phenomenon is always, always. Man. That's not true at all. So, the kids in Zimbabwe and the other kids at the other school, there was no poltergeist activity. Things didn't get thrown around. Sure, telepathy and shit like that, but that isn't poltergeist activity. That's a horrible statement. That guy, you know what? I'm going to play it one more time. I think I heard that right. How could he even say something like that? That's not true. Just like I said, when the kids in Zimbabwe talked to the aliens, there was no poltergeist activity. Nobody was being lifted up in the air. Nobody was flying. Nothing was thrown around, because that's what poltergeist is. It's a ghost or a supernatural being that moves shit with telepathy and all sorts of magical things we don't understand. That did not happen with the Zimbabwe kids. Telepathy is not a poltergeist activity. All of these kids, all of these things, it's such a horrible, it's a blanket statement that needs to be cut up and thrown away. What a horrible thing Eric Davis just said. That just shows me he doesn't know or doesn't care or is told to lie about the things he's saying. End of story on him. So far, so good. Because that's not what UFOs are, unidentified flying objects. It doesn't mean, all right, originally that's what it meant. It's unidentified flying objects from aliens. And then people got smart and realized there's, oh boy, other objects up there that we don't understand. And as things became more noticed over time, and the government was taking chances with technology, and black projects were doing shit in locations that people could see, and things got out and people saw, and they're using the UFO to cover it up. End of story. Doesn't mean it's aliens now. But that's what he's saying. If it's not aliens, they don't want to look at it. How do you know it's not aliens until you know? You don't know. There's an object out there. Are there aliens in it? Nah. How do you know? I could tell. All right, we won't watch it anymore. It's like, what? That is such a horrible thing to say. That's terrible. See, that's a Doty type narrative. He's telling us a lie. If a UFO landed outside right now and I go up to it and nothing happens to me, was there poltergeist activity? According to him, yes. You see how this doesn't work, right? All right. I hope you see. Oh, because he personally experienced it. Because every time he came home from Skinwalker Ranch, he brought home a poltergeist phenomenon. You know how stupid he sounds right now? He's not using the right verbiage. Nah, that just doesn't sound right. To me, anyway. I brought home a poltergeist. No, you brought home an entity of something, and you're not saying it. It's not... A poltergeist is the effect of something. A poltergeist isn't the main thing. A poltergeist is the effect of a demon, of a ghost, propelling energy from itself. It's you don't bring home a poltergeist. You bring home poltergeist activity, but that's from something. And he's talking as if a poltergeist is the actual subject. No, that's the, what do you call it? The result of the main character. It's giving you the poltergeist. You took home a demon. You took home a hitchhiker. Don't you listen to George Knapp? You're talking to the guy. All right. I think I made my point on that. What else did he say? He doesn't even sound confident when he says that. And I brought that kind of home. Like, a question? Why are you questioning it? I brought that poltergeist phenomenon home. Like, listen to me. Poor me. I took a poltergeist activity home. You took a poltergeist activity home? Just the activity? You didn't take the demon? You didn't take the ghost? You didn't take the spirit? Oh, no. I took home the poltergeist activity. Great. And what did the poltergeist activity do to you and your family? It moved things. It threw things around. Oh, yeah? You got it on video? No, never happened. On the front page of the New York Times, and it was. What year was this? When was this? In 2018. Okay. So you see what happened? In 2018, he's talking about how we need to reopen the case and all this shit. Isn't it funny how the TV show came up right after it with Zeke Fugal? Speaking of Zeke Fugal, we have some photographs here from the man himself. Moonlight. What? Was an antifungal cream available to Eric Davis? He didn't mention it, bro. He didn't mention it. Somebody needs to dive into that head first. Moonlight. Thank you very much for the $2 super question, chat. I think if he did it, he has the cream. I don't think he's using it, though. What is it called? What's the cream called? I don't know, but there is a name for that antifungal cream. Yeah. I don't know. I can't come up with a punchline. I got nothing. Thank you, Moonlight. I was trying to think of like, what's the name of that cream that people use? Preparation H. This could have been Preparation P for poltergeist. You know, something like that. But the joke just wasn't funny enough, so you see why I didn't say it. Paranormal P, Paranormal H. No, see, nothing works. You can't, it's hard. That's a hard one. There's a joke out there, though. Brandon Fugal did do something spectacular, and he had to let everybody know about it. Are you ready to be bored to tears? The life of Zeke Fugal. Weekend visit to New York with dear friends. Highlights included visit to Morgan Library and Museum featuring 3 Gutenberg Bibles, along with medieval and ancient manuscripts, original letters and works of Mozart, and a grim memento Mori for nuns 1650. So I wrote, oh, they removed it. They removed my comment. Where's my comment? Oh, it was so funny. He did. They removed it. That wasn't that bad. Let's see. Yeah, they did. That stinks. I thought it was right here. Yeah, there. That's what they did. Fugal is going to show everybody his billionaire status in the Steven Seagal wear, 1920s. A touch of the hands on his wife's side left arm, showing that he is very insecure. Somebody may grab her and take her away. But not Zeke Fugal. He's got his hands gripped tightly on his wife. What is he so afraid of, you ask? He's afraid of this! The demons! This is poltergeist activities. It's a beautiful shot. You can see their reflections. Oh, shit. You can't! Boy, his hands look really old. I bet you this guy's in his 60s. He's in his 60s. He must have this cream. Look at all the wrinkles. He's not even 50 yet. Why is he so old? Ah, Zeke Fugal, all of the stress of the billions of dollars I have to consume. Fugal. So adorable. I've put my hands on my wife to show I love her. Let the whole world know that I love her. All right. Not nice, Rich. Very not nice. Why is it more popular in this community to post fake UFO videos and fake UFO scientist whistleblower interviews? Why does the mainstream media ignore the real stuff and promote so much fakery and nonsense? Are they part of a cover-up? And I said, because no one can be held accountable like Jeremy Corbell. He should be blacklisted. Jaime Maussan and Secure Team 10 as well. Not military, but we do hold our government more accountable for showing us the real stuff. That's why they make believe the CGI is real and the suckers believe. Other people said, if you are aware of the observers, you may already be aware. It's time to give up on them, Jeremy. Let go. He's talking about the guy who wrote this. Let go of the wrongdoings we faced. Let go of the people who cannot see. We need better power source, and the clock is ticking. Yeah, whatever. Which is what we did here at GoofOn. We ignored and dismiss what the haters say. And no matter how many lies they try to put out there, who cares? It's like, I don't know how old everybody is that does that, but I know they're at least 40. And just strange. It's strange when they gotta lie, you know? If they were telling the truth, I would respect it a lot more, and maybe I would acknowledge it here and there. But when there's lying going on, and you have proof that debunks the lie of the debunk, and they don't want to see it, it tells you that they already know that they're lying. They know they're bullshit. And if they see the proof that they're lying, what does that do for them? Nothing. That's why they don't come on here and talk. That's why for 3 weeks straight, I had every Tuesday, haters, trolls, come on over and talk to us. Buck, 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 buck. So Joe Merja came out with a tweet, and he says, certain members of Congress already know what's up and don't need to be pressured. What's needed is for Congress to find a way to overcome the gatekeepers. You cannot. Because David Lowry says, we will have to put the pressure on Congress so Congress can put pressure. Them is we make it an issue, so will they. Great English guy. We have to put the pressure on Congress so Congress can put the pressure on them. That is how we make it an issue. So will they. If we make it an issue, so will they. No, no, no. That's not true. It's just not true. Yep. And then here says, but Congress knows certain U.S. naval vessels, aircrafts, and facilities have exponential UFO and USO encounters staffed by technical experts with raw data access. Yes, we know. We know. We know the government has it. We're just never going to see it. When are you going to get it through your heads? Forget about disclosure. Forget about seeing real UFOs from the Congress in the next, I don't know when they're ever going to drop that report or have a meeting again. All right, got a lot more to go here. COVID. Here, I'm going to play this video. Is the government hiding anti-gravity? Wouldn't you want to know? Yeah, you do. I know you do. So I'm going to play this video, and we're going to hear this guy say exactly what is going on with the government. What are they hiding? Why are they hiding it? What's the purpose for not bringing it out to the public?
Sure have a history of concealing things related to UFOs. In America, the most famous example is probably the handling of the Roswell crash in 1947. Aside from the supposed fears of inducing public panic, another repeatedly cited reason for keeping UFOs secret is that governments would rather reverse engineer them without the rest of the world watching on. There are a number of first-hand testimonies to this end, with so-called anti-gravity tech continually brought up. In 2021, the official UAP report released by the U.S. authorities further brought it and more than 100 other similar cases under the microscope. Advocates claim that there's a pretty clear timeline to follow. Something crashes in Roswell in the 1940s. Shortly afterwards, science in general starts to research anti-grav tech. For now, there's no hard, officially verified evidence to say that any of this is actually possible or in existence. Perhaps it's only a matter of time before more revelations come out.
Yeah. There you go. They don't want to have the public know about it yet because they haven't perfected it yet. Couple of things came up here. Let's see. I need to check messages. Okay. Coming up, messages. Oh, yeah, look at that. I didn't even hear it beep. It's on. Oh. Oh, nice. Oh. Fred Depp. A PayPal, man. Thank you. $4.88. Thank you very, very much. That's a big mucho gusto generoso from PayPal. And you are a continuing... You know, it's good to see you, Fred. It's been a minute. And thank you very much, man. It's good to see you giving a goof on a few minutes and supporting. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much. Fred Depp, everybody. Where you been, Fred? Where you been? Good to see you, too. Thanks, man. Mucho gusto generoso. It's Fred Depp. Next. Oh, did I... We did that already. Okay, let's go to the next. A very important piece of evidence about UFO and UAP that is often overlooked in A very important piece of evidence about UFOs that is often overlooked is 8 seconds of video that got released in an old documentary. Hold on. I think I'm dying, but that's okay, don't worry. This 8 seconds was filmed by personnel at Holloman Air Force Base, 6 a.m., May 1971. I'm going to show you this video. As soon as I get it up, stop it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I can. I think I can. I just... And I was a... Stupid. I have to grow up. Never!
Never.
Poltergeist?
Yes.
This is Holloman Air Force Base Control Tower. Identify yourself. What's your tail number? You're encroaching on military airspace.
During a routine photographic mission, a tech sergeant and staff sergeant of the base photographic team were aboard a helicopter at the time and run off several feet of film.
Wow, look at that. That's real right there. Those are real UFOs right there. Oh, that's not them. Oh, that's just a picture. All right. Sorry. Sorry.
Of the 3 objects, one of which breaks away and begins a descent. A second high-speed camera crew on the ground runs off approximately 600 feet. The cameras continue to roll as the extraordinary vehicle comes into view. It hovers, almost silently, about 10 feet off the ground for nearly a minute.
Wow.
And yaws like a ship at anchor.
Do we see that?
And sets down on 3 extension pads. Commander and 2 officers, along with 2 base Air Force scientists, arrive and wait apprehensively. A panel slides open on the side of the craft. Stepping forward, 1, then 2, and a third, what appear to be men dressed in tight-fitting jumpsuits. Perhaps short by our standards, with an odd blue...
The ambiguously gay duo.
Gray complexion, eyes set far apart, a large pronounced nose. They wear a headpiece that resembles a rope-like design. The commander and the 2 scientists step forward to greet...
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine this experience? Wait a minute, hold on. Where's the poltergeist activity? Where's the poltergeist activity, you ask? I don't know, but it's around here somewhere. Where is it, you ask? I don't know. No, it's not time yet. Part-Time Pete throwing down a $5 super dono. That means there's no message. No sticker, and it's support. It's super dono. Got it? Get it? Good. That's a mucho gusto generoso. That's a couple today. Thanks, Part-Time Pete. I appreciate it, man. Mucho gusto, generoso. And some questions? No, Coral, I didn't know. Now I'm really, really upset. But I'll fix it. I can't believe I missed this. How? All right, I forgot to talk about this. I don't know how. Let me pull it up. This is probably the most important thing we'll talk about all week. Absolutely it is. Oh, I can't believe it. Well, this is a good way to start out the week. All right. All right, I'm going to put this video up. This is, by the way, this is unbelievable what we're looking at. Where is it? Over here. I can't imagine being in that situation. But where's the poltergeist activity? Where is it? Is there none? Did these guys get dust thrown at them? Let's move on to the next story, shall we? Huh. I hope this turns out okay. Let's see if the video looks good. All right, here we go. Let's give it up for happy birthday, Nathan! Nathan Allen, it's your birthday! I didn't know until now. Come on, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Yay. Happy birthday to you. What, again? I can't believe it. Happy birthday to dear Nathan. Nathan Allen, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Second verse different than the first. From good friends and true. That's us. From old friends and new. That's us. May good luck go with you. That's us. And happiness too. Thank you, Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan's Hot Dogs. Happy birthday, King of Kings. And men want to be with him and women want him and Star Wars figures adore him. Nathan Allen, happy birthday. Is he here? Is he here? Well, if he's not here. Is he here? Where's Izzy? Izzy! Izzy! Ma! Nathan balls, quick! I don't know if he's here, but we'll direct him to 1 minute and 22 seconds of the show. I'm sorry, 1 hour and 22 minutes into the show. That was explosive. That was probably the most important thing there he is! Yahoo! Expedia.com. Nathan Allen. It's your birthday. He gets a little special extra, all right? Extra special? Got the meatballs coming. Oh, he's listening at work. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Hey, just so you know, I just found out. I only woke up 3 hours before the show. It takes me an hour to wake up. Football was on. I'm in and out of consciousness. Set up the show. Had to go to the store. Got to get some breakfast. Came back home, and here we are. I didn't know. I didn't look. Sorry. He's just such a nice guy. I hate to do it to nice people. All right. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks for being born. Without you, there is no you. Without your parents, there is no you. Thank you for being a good friend, and we wish you the best and many, many, many more years. At least 20, 25. You got to hit 70, right? What are you now? 41? How old are you now? 42? Nathan's young. He's old? All right. Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal experiences. Wayne? He's from Michigan. right? And they had some of the best UFO sightings in history over there. Seriously. They've had some of the most incredible sightings ever in Michigan, including the one I'm going to show you. We're going to go back just a decade or 10. I believe this is in the 70s. This is a Minnesota sighting. This is from Top Fives, but you'll see.
Many years ago, now, and Destination Declassified is still running conspiracies and UFO mysteries of our time. In the age of Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, information and reports of unidentified phenomena can often be misconstrued, or at worst, not taken seriously enough. From the fictitious can be a laborious task, one that many people soon become.
All right, I can't do this. I can't. All right? I smoked a little weed while I was watching this. It seemed really cool at the time, but his voice is putting me back to sleep. I can't do it. I won't. I shan't. I just can't. Anyway, it's a weird sighting. It's the one with the police car that had the bent antenna, had the cracked windshield, and the headlight that got blasted out. We talked about it many times. All right, let's move on. I got too much to talk about. A tweet from Lou Elizondo. You want to see a tweet from Lou Elizondo? Do you want to laugh? Do you want to cry? I know Dorothy's here. Dorothy loves Lou. She loves Lou. Dorothy. I saw this because of you. I don't know how. But here's Lou, right? Here we go. Look at this guy. He's look at jack of all trades. Just sitting out there, two guys smoking huge cigars. They like those big things in their mouths. And then this. I said, Jesus. Is that Jesus on Lou's couch? Lou remote viewed Jesus but called him over by accident. He definitely looks like a grifter. I mean, drifter. I guess that's Sean Cahill. Right? That looks like Cahill. That's not Elizondo. I thought these guys beat each other up. Isn't that him? Isn't that Cahill? No? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I don't know. I don't know why we have to see these guys. But, you know, Lou put that out. Here's Lou smoking a cigar and his friend. They're like circle jerking with the cigars over there. Not cool, Rich. Couple of sightings. This one, I think I talked about this. This was on the news just a few months back, 8 months ago. 8 months ago, and this made it to the news. But watch this. Just watch the excitability about this balloon. I didn't want to ruin it for you, but you'll see. What the? I don't know why StreamYard did that. But it did do that. And it shouldn't have done that. That goes all over you.
We start with a mysterious flying object on the island of Kauai.
Yeah, so mysterious it sent military jets scrambling to figure out what it was earlier this week. As Manola Morales tells us, witnesses say it's still not exactly sure what they saw.
They're not sure.
Photographer Abe Coates.
Stupid frickin' mute button. You see it? Do you see it? You see it? It's a string. I forgot what I was just saying too.
Took this picture on Monday after he saw his neighbor.
And you can't tell that that's a freaking balloon. Way to go, Abe Cowitz.
Gazing up with a puzzled look. The Princeville resident.
Why? Why would anybody in their right mind on that news think that this is a legitimate UFO when you can see the string hanging from the underneath?
And didn't quite know what to make of it.
This is this big
like bright star, but it's still sort of daylight out. That's what it first seemed like. But I'm like, it's bigger. It's like,
This guy, oh my God, this guy knows it's a balloon. He knows it's a balloon. He's lying out his ass right now. Everything he just did in all of his face right here. He knows this is a balloon and he's getting away with it. I'm telling you, watch. Watch. It's a very strange, I don't know this guy from Adam, but he's got the telltale signs of somebody who's lying.
light out. That's what it first seemed like. But I'm like, it's bigger. It's like not getting close to dusk. We shouldn't be seeing
the rapid blinking. When you're talking about getting close to dusk, your eyes shouldn't blink like a psycho.
Seemed like, but I'm like, it's bigger. It's like not getting close to dusk. We shouldn't be seeing any stars this time of day. That's when I got my camera.
That's when I got my camera. Fake laugh.
Camera. That's when I got my camera. That's when I got my camera. And that's when I got my camera. When I got my camera. Got my camera. 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 Camera.
All right, you get it.
Camera.
Coates is used to pointing his camera toward the sky, but this was unlike any he's ever seen.
Celestial events. I love to photograph. I love to photograph the moon. So it was easy to like focus in on that. You know, I was like, it's probably a planet. And then when I took a picture, I'm like, no, it's not a planet.
He says things got...
Doesn't it sound like he's acting? Doesn't it? I know the guy's on the news. He's doing... Sorry. This guy knew it was a balloon and he's getting away with it. That's my opinion. I just thought it was fun to play because how could you put this up on TV when you see a string hanging and they don't even ask a question about it?
Got even stranger when people saw military jets flying and heard sonic booms over the area. Kauai
Oh, wow. Like, that's rare.
is home to the Pacific Missile Range. Major General Kenneth Hara sent out a tweet saying, in accordance with Homeland Defense procedures, Pacific Air Forces launched tactical aircraft to intercept and identify the object, visually confirming an unmanned balloon without observable identification markings.
Thank you. Now, if the picture was blurrier or we couldn't see the string for whatever reason, we would say that they're lying their ass off. Why would they send out 2 jets to go look at a balloon? Well, they came back and said it's a balloon, and we know for sure that the object is a balloon just because, you know, the string hanging from it. End of story. End of story. Sad. It's sad when they play with us like that. I have some rare footage. Vladimir Terziski. I think this was from, it's from Rich from Dark Sky Files. By the way, subscribe to Dark Sky Files, will ya? The channel's back up and running, and he does a great job putting up these historical and very important videos that involve paranormal, the conspiracy involving UFOs, all sorts of stuff. You know who this is. Do not play like you don't. Check this out. Bonus footage after the feature. I want to look at that.
Deeper into how
this is before
how
CGI,
all this
kids.
Nazi Germany, German involvement came about and where it's really taking us to ultimately.
Before I continue, I don't want to forget, I want to thank David Wilcox for sending a $20 PayPal just a few minutes ago. So thank you very much. Like big time mucho gusto generoso support, a continuing supporter, good friend of the show. Thank you very much. That's huge, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. PayPal. Didn't want to forget. All right. Here's the sighting that is supposed to be real. It's a bird. It's a balloon. It's a drone. It's paper. It's an iridium flare satellite. It's a rocket. It's NASA. It's a rocket booster. It's Elon Musk. Oh, it's 1950. 71. Oh, look at this. There's more. Wow. Look, it's coming back. Oh, snap. Oh, this is above Earth. Oh, I see. We're looking from above Earth. I'm sorry. Earth. Earth. Spelled it wrong. E-R-F. Got it. E-A-R-F. I'm sorry. Earth. Wow. Look at how pretty. It's so pretty. Is it going to stop and come back? Because if it does, I'm going to be impressed. Look at it. Wow, look at it stop. And then there's another one again. Oh, it's the same thing over. Okay. And look at that. Now, how's that ice crystals? How could that be ice crystals? It looks like a UFO out there. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Denbub throwing down a $6.99 where we round up and call it 7 Canadian coins. That's a super dono. And a mucho gusto generoso supporter, a continuing supporter of Goof On for the last couple of years. Thanks, Denbub. That was just funny the way it. Anyway, thank you very much. Very much. Continuing supporter. I already said that. I just can't say thank you enough, yeah? That is really cool how that had the retrograde. What about retrograde? Yeah, you can post the link for sure. You guys can post links to your shows if you just do it once or twice within the last 10 minutes of this show. You're allowed to do that. Just don't like spamming, you know? And yeah. And we got to know who you are. We just don't let anybody go posting links. Nah, we do. We do. We want to corroborate and collaborate and all the other orates. That's what we want to do. Berate? Nah, we don't want to berate anybody. All right, let's see what this is. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm getting tired. I don't know why. Oh, how can I? Okay. All right. So, you know the interview that I was playing with Joe Rogan and Ryan Graves over the last few months? Well, thank God UFO Jesus is listening to it. Because without his wisdom and without his vision, ufology, as the kids call it. By the way, it's not ufology, it's ufology. It's not unidentified flying. The study of. It's the study of UFOs, ufology. So if you say UF and then ology, that's unidentified flying, the study of. That's what you're saying when you say ufology. So you can't say it that way. It's wrong. Anyway, he says he's currently listening to Ryan Graves on Joe Rogan. Very compelling, he says. Very, very compelling. But he says you can't possibly assume that that him and his squadron were just experiencing radar glitches when they were picking up anomalous objects for years. That doesn't hold water. That's just skeptical zealotry. So I said, don't you find it funny that Ryan Graves and his buddies see UFOs for 2 years, but nobody took a picture of them? For 2 years, you think somebody would have snuck their phone on the jet to take a pic. The Tic Tac isn't real, and Ryan Graves, like the others, are actors who had jobs. They were flying planes. Now they're actors. That's all. And Lord Ludacris, who jumped ship on Goofon, he says, Ryan Graves says in that interview and others that he never saw any of the anomalous objects. He describes radar returns and stories. Where are all these pilots? Years of observation would have surely produced hundreds of witnesses, yet there is only one telling the story? Funny how he used to say the opposite, and I've been saying it the whole time. Why is Ryan Graves the only one saying this? Where are all these other witnesses that saw them almost every day for 2 years? For 2 years every day? It's a miracle. It really is. It would have to be a miracle of purposeful proportions to not get evidence of those objects if they were out there for 2 years, seeing them for 2 years. Funny thing, isn't it, that nobody else sees these objects, only them? None of them seen over the U.S., like continental United States, overland. Where are those objects? Where are those circles in a square? Jesus, I haven't even seen a fake video of one of those yet. Yeah. Let's see if anybody at conference asks Leslie Keene and Christopher Mellon about the AWSAP New York Times UFO debacle. We're approaching 5 years since the article, and I have yet to hear Leslie or Ralph Blue utter AWSAP. And Mellon has downplayed it. Why? That was the big program. Were LK and RB misled? So that's in response to this. We're happy to announce that part of Christopher Mellon's time on stage for our Saturday, December 3rd conference will be a unique and informative sit-down conversation with journalist and author Leslie Keene. Leslie Keene will also have her own time on stage. So they're going to be doing a big interview on December 3rd. That we cannot miss. I will be there. Well, however I can be, listening. It's amazing. They remind me of Hillary Clinton and, I don't know, Soros, something like that. Yeah, Leslie Keene's hair. I mean, can you imagine if Leslie Keene and Nick Pope had a child? Their kid would look like one of those things you spin in your hand, like the pencil and the hair goes out. It would look like Kramer. It would come out look like Kramer from Seinfeld. That's what it would be like. Hey, Moonlicht, can you make a comparison photo between Beaker, Leslie Keene, and Nick Pope with all their hair? That would be fun. I'd like to see something like that. Somebody do a meme like that. So, you want to see what we're fighting up against? It's not that UFOs and the people that run mainstream media are corrupt, because they are. But I want to show you what they think of people like me, a lot of you, and, well, this is why UFO Twitter can't stand me. And probably YouTube hates me too because of this. Watch the hypocrisy. Ah! Oh, how hypocritical. So, isn't that amazing? What a hypocrite. Typical. Wow. Unbelievable. Don't you just love hypocrisy? See, they forget that everybody's watching, but they don't care. They're desperate and they will do whatever they want. They're like a dirty lawyer. They're like the lawyer that says something they shouldn't, but they say it anyway so the jury can hear something that was maybe left out on purpose that wasn't allowed to be used as evidence, but they say it anyway. That's what she does. That's what they all do. And that's what they're doing to ufology. That's why they're trying to shut us down. They don't like it that we know the truth. And the truth is, you guys suck. And that you know about UFOs, you know about technology, and that you're hiding it. And anytime that we call out their bullshit, we are Nazis, we're racists, misogynists, right? Well, it depends on who you talk to. But all those terms, they've been overused so much over the years towards me and many people that I'm rubber and they're glue. It really doesn't affect me more than it does you. So anything you say bounces off me and sticks to you. I'm rubber and you're glue. Goofon is rubber. Goofon is Teflon. Goofon is like water on a duck's back. Say what you want. Say what you can. Lie, lie, lie. That's all they do. And that brings us to the end of this program for this evening, folks. Just a little bit, I guess like a final thought would be, if government is lying about everything, there's some truth in the lies. There always is. That's how you make a lie credible, by having some truth with it. Kind of like what we're seeing here behind me, more or less an image of what's going on, kind of a possibility of what's been going on. We're being duped is what this means. When they show you something and call it legit, but it looks like FLIR or night vision and there's no detail, just a blob of an outline of an image, you have to know that it's not what they're telling. That's why they gave that to you. That's why they showed it to you. There has never been a legitimate alien on TV, in a movie, on purpose. It's never happened. No sound. There was no sound on the video? Oh shit, really? Oh my God. Let's try it again. Thank you. It's very important you hear it. Well, now you know what the context is about. Thank you, Monkey Man. Well, that's bizarre.
President Donald Trump recently attended a campaign rally in Ohio, and Hillary Clinton said that campaign rally reminded her of a Nazi rally.
Drawn in by Hitler. How did that happen? And I'd watch newsreels and I'd see this guy standing up there ranting and raving and people shouting and raising their arms. I thought, what's happening to these people? Why did they believe that? You saw the rally in Ohio the other night. Trump is there ranting and raving for more than an hour, and you have these rows of young men with their arms raised.
Well, that looks like that's a campaign rally from Hillary Clinton. Can you show the right photo? That's another Hillary Clinton campaign rally. No, sorry. That's another Hillary Clinton rally with all the kids with their arms raised, like she said. Okay, that's the right photo. See, that's the photo from Ohio that she's talking about. Indeed, ominous and peculiar to see young people at a campaign rally holding up their arms like that. Former President Donald.
So that's why I was saying what I said. It's very hypocritical when it happened at just about every one of her rallies. You know, people put their hands up in the air, and if it looks like a Hitler salute, I know that looked weird, but that's not Trump's fault if people put their arms out. Like maybe the white power, you know, he denounced all of them. He said it many, many times. He denounced the KKK and people like that, but you have to remember there's still white people out there that do that shit. It's not Trump's fault, but they did it at Hillary's. They did it with Obama. They do it all the time. And it's funny. That's what I was saying, is that kind of mentality is brought into ufology by the government. And Lou is government. Look at all the people that are in mainstream media right now, that are talking, that are the main focal people. Gary Nolan now, he was picked up by the CIA. Travis Taylor, you know that story. Of course, Lou Elizondo, Nick Pope, of course. All these people are on that side. And if you want to get even a little crazier, you got the almost billionaire Zeke Fugal, who is in the circles and has this, along with Christopher Mellon. And they have a lot of connections. And they can do just about anything they want, even illegally if they choose so. Money talks. You can break the law with money. You can get information with money. Your government just last week raided the home of an Area 51 website owner, and we still don't know why. And there was a no-knock warrant, no announcement, no warning, boom. They could do it right now to me. Take all of my stuff. They could break the door down, wreck my furniture. They're not going to pay for it. I'd have to take them to court and sue them and all that. Yeah, they could really mess with your lives. They could. They could. That could happen to any one of us. And this is why I don't trust the government. Not this government. I don't trust this government. We have to be careful because this is what the government's given us. FLIR footage. Now, you know what it is. It means nothing. They should have just given us a balloon. Because that's the same exact thing 5 years later. What a joke. The government, I think ufology is a psyop, and that's that. My God, I've got to get this removed. Thank you, moderators and super chatters, for an incredible night again. Yeah, thank you for the support. It's really nice. Thank you. Without you, I don't go every day, but I mean, I'll go. But you give the freedom for GoofOn to do more. So thank you. Newcomers and veterans, I appreciate you guys subbing the show. It showed. And thank you for that. And appreciate everything. Without the newcomers and the veterans, we're just sitting ducks. And we are, my God, Truthology for ufology, as I was trying to say. Gosh. Have a great week. Tomorrow's Monday. We'll be back at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. I'm Rich for GoofOn. Alien bless.
GoofOn.
Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects